Next we are going to see about the mammary gland. So mammary gland also another one of the supportive gland. It is support in the process of ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, childbirth and child care. Okay, mammary glands are modified sweat glands present in both the sexes. So male and then female, both the sex, this mammary gland is present. So this gland is a modified sweat gland, one of the sweat gland. But it is the rudimentary in the male, so non-functional. Male it is non-functional, but in a female it is functional. A pair of mammary glands are located in the thoracic region. This it is contains in a glandular tissues. Number of gland-like structures are present. So like that glandular tissues are present and variable quantities of fat also is present. Okay, at the mammary gland in median, that middle region it is known as the nipple. That nipple it is surrounded by a pigmented area. That pigmented area is called areola. Okay, so mammary gland it is at center it is present, at middle it is present in a pigmented area. That pigmented area it is known as the areola. Okay, that is known as the areola. Then that several sebaceous glands called the areolar glands are found on the surface and they reduce cracking of the skin of the nipple. So number of surrounded by the areola, that areolar gland that is known as a sebaceous. Already we know that sebaceous little oil secreting glands are known as a sebaceous gland. Okay, in our skin epidermis it is present. So several sebaceous gland it is present in the mammary gland around the areola. So we are saying it is otherwise known as areolar gland. Okay, they can present found on the surface and they reducing the cracking of the skin. Crack skin la அப்படியே வெடிப்பு ஏற்படாமல் இருக்கிறதுக்காக. Okay, cracking of the skin of the nipple. So nipple la crack வெடிப்பு ஏற்படாமல் இருக்கிறதுக்காக it is present areolar glands. Then internally each mammary glands consists of 2 to 25 lobes. The lobes are separated by the fat and then in a connective tissues. Okay, so interiorly this mammary gland it is divided into a number of lobe, 1 2 3 4 5, so like that 2 to 25 lobes. It is divided into a number of lobes. That each lobe it is separated by a fat and connective tissues. Each lobe is made up of a lobules. Inside it is divided into a number of structure divisions, sac-like structure, that is known as a lobules. That lobules it is otherwise known as acini or alveoli. That lobules, inside the lobe it is present in a number of lobules. That lobules are known as acini or alveoli. It is lined with the epithelial cells. That acini it is lined with the epithelial cells. The cells of the alveoli secrete milk. That epithelial cells it is present in lining, it is present in the alveoli. That cell only they can secrete the milk. The alveoli open into the mammary tubules. Inside the lobules it is present in the tubules, they can secrete the milk. Then the tubules they can open into the mammary tubules. Each tubules they can join to form a mammary duct. Okay, mammary duct. That mammary duct to join into a wider mammary ampulla. See here clearly for what lobe it is divided into the lobules. Then that lobules it is present in a lining, epithelial lining of the cells. That cells they can secrete the milk. That milk it is collected by the duct. Okay, then that duct it is open into the biggest, a small duct it is open into the biggest duct. Then that duct it is open into the forward mammary ampulla. This region it is known as the mammary, wider region, this is known as the mammary ampulla. Then this mammary ampulla it is connected into the lactiferous duct. In a nipple it is present. This ampulla they can, this mammary ampulla they can open into the lactiferous duct. Okay, then that lactiferous duct it is present in the nipple. Under the nipple each lactiferous duct expands to form a lactiferous sinus. Here this lactiferous duct they can open, extend. Okay, open, that extend region it is known as the lactiferous sinus. Okay, lactiferous sinus. So this one they can serve as the milk. It is acting as a milk reservoir okay, milk வந்து இங்கே செக்ரெட் ஆக milk ஃபுல்லாக இங்கே ஸ்டோர் ஆகிருக்கு ரிசர்வாயர். they can store the milk in the lactiferous sinus. so each lactiferous ducts they can open separately by a minute pore on the surface of the nipple. இந்த நிப்பிள்னுடைய சர்ஃபேஸில் இந்த ஒவ்வொரு lactiferous ductம் என்ன செய்யும், ஒரு மைன்யூட் போர்ஸ் மூலமாக என்ன செய்யும், ஓப்பன் ஆகும். இதிலேருந்து என்ன ஆகும், மில்க்கு வெளியே வரும். when the child they can suck the milk, it is coming outside from this minute pore. It is open into the nipple. Okay, can you understood all of you? Then this normal development of the breast or mammary glands begins at the puberty. When the female it is attained in the puberty, then the development it is occur and progress with the changes during the each menstrual cycle. Each then we will discuss about menstrual cycle later. So during that time this development of the mammary gland, number of changes will occur. Okay, then when the woman it is in a non-pregnant, the glandular structure is largely underdeveloped. They can underdeveloped structure it is present in a non-pregnant woman. Okay, and then the size of the breast it is depending upon the deposit of the fat. Okay, fat deposits. Okay, so the size of the breast it is depending upon the deposits of the fat. Okay, then the size of the breast does not have an influence on the efficiency of lactation, milk secreting period. That period it is known as the lactation. Okay, so it is underdeveloped in a non-pregnant woman. When the woman it is pregnant, after the childbirth, his mammary gland it is functionally they can activate. Then these lobules they can secrete the milk, that the milk they can store in the lactiferous sinuses. When the child they can suck the milk, automatically milk they can come outside through these minute pores of the number of minute lactiferous duct are present. They can open through that pores, water milk they can come outside. So it is activate milk secretion, it is occur only after the childbirth. Okay, can you understood students? Okay, so we have discussed for what elaborately in a female reproductive system, what are the primary organ, and then in a what are the accessory organ we have discussed. Okay, the next now we are going to see about the for what gametogenesis. Already I have explained what during that events of reproductive system, gametogenesis. First the process is known as the gametogenesis. Formation of gametes are known as gametogenesis. Okay, so that formation of sperm from a male, spermatogenesis. Formation of ovum from the female reproductive system, that is known as the for what oogenesis. So gametogenesis is the process of formation of gametes, that is the sperm and then ovary from the ovum. So from the primary sex organs in all sexually reproductive organisms. So which organisms it is involving in a sexual reproduction, that all the sexually reproductive organisms they can produce the gametes. Formation of gametes is known as the gametogenesis. Meiosis plays the most significant role in the process of gametogenesis. Meiosis, this is the one of the type of a cell division. We have already studied mitosis, meiosis. Mitosis, body cell division, that is the direct cell division. They cannot reduce the chromosomal number. But meiosis cell division, it is the reduction division. This division occurs only in a reproductive organs. Okay, it is a reduction division. So diploid cells they can produce the haploid gametes. So from the parents they can produce the offsprings. Parents உடைய பாடியில இருந்து reproductive organல இருந்து haploid cells இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு gametes produce பண்ணக்கூடிய process தான் meiosis cell division. Okay, so that meiosis cell division it is very significant role in the process of gamete formation. Now we are going to discuss about the spermatogenesis. So spermatogenesis it is the sequences in the events in the seminiferous tubules of the testes that produce the male gamete, that is the sperm. So process, number of sequences, number of stages it is present. So seminiferous tubules, we have seen the structure of male. So mainly in what seminiferous tubules only they can produce the sperm. Okay, so seminiferous tubules, it is involving in a number of sequences, then they can produce the male gamete, that is the sperm. That process is known as spermatogenesis. During the development, the primordial germ cells migrate. The formation of sperm, so that time during the development, the primordial germ cells migrate into the testis and become immature germ cells called sperm mother cells or spermatogonia. So when that during the development of the sperm, okay, so that term primordial germ cells, they can migrate into the testis and become immature germ cells called the sperm mother cells or spermatogonia. That is known as spermatogonia, sperm mother cells. During the maturation, development, formation of the sperm, okay, so this for what? This germ cells, they can migrate. Okay, they can migrate into the testis, that is, it is immature in nature, immature germ cells. That immature germ cells are known as the spermatogonia. Okay, mother cells are spermatogonia in the interior surface of the seminiferous tubules. So inside of the seminiferous tubules, what? Immature germ cells or spermatogonias are present. That is a type of germ cells. Okay, so that spermatogonia begins to undergo mitotic division at puberty and continue throughout the life. Okay, so this spermatogonia, it is involving in a mitosis cell division. From the puberty onwards, continuously they can start to release the sperm. Okay, so this primordial germ cells, that otherwise known as spermatogonia, it is immature in nature. How these cells are produced? This is the primary germ cells. Okay, it is present inside the testis. That's the seminiferous tubules. It is present. That germ cells, it is made up of epithelial cells. That germ cells, they can produce the spermatogonia. Then this spermatogonia, it is involving in a number of mitotic cell division. Then they can produce the sperm. From the puberty onwards, this process, it is occurs in the male body. Okay, in the first stage of the spermatogenesis, the spermatogonia migrate among Sertoli cells towards the center lumen of the seminiferous tubules and becomes modified and enlarged to form a primary spermatocytes. The first stage of spermatogenesis, formation of sperm. And the process, la first step in this spermatogonia, they can migrate among Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells we have studied. Where we have studied the Sertoli cells? In a male reproductive organ. So the Sertoli cells are elongated, primordial, and then nourishment of the cells. They can give the nutrients to the sperm. The sperm they want to produce, they want to mature. So for that maturation, it is needed in a Sertoli cells. Okay, so this spermatogonia, they can migrate among the Sertoli cells into the center region of the seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules nuடைய center region க்கு இந்த spermatogonia Sertoli cells ஓட சேர்ந்து என்ன செய்து move ஆகுது. Okay, then there become modified and enlarges to form a primary spermatocyte. அங்க உள்ளுக்குள்ள போய் என்ன ஆகுது? மாடிஃபைட் ஆகுது. மாடிஃபைட் ஆகி எதை ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுது? Primary spermatocytes. Okay, they can produce as primary spermatocytes which are diploid with 23 pairs. இதனா இது diploid in nature. இங்க எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்? 23 pairs of chromosomes இருக்கும். Okay, that is the 46 chromosomes are present in the primary spermatocytes. Still it is not involving in a division. Okay, first it is forming in a spermatogonia. This is also diploid in nature. Here also 23 pairs of chromosomes, that is the 46 chromosomes are present. Then along with this spermatogonia, they can move inside the center lumen of the seminiferous tubules. They can produce in a primary spermatocytes. Okay, for this maturation, they can take the nourishment from the Sertoli cells. Then they can produce the primary spermatocytes. This is also diploid in nature, contains 23 pairs of chromosomes, that is the 46 chromosomes. Then next is this primary spermatocytes, it is going to involving in a meiotic cell division. Okay, so here mitosis cell division. So mitosis cell division, they cannot reduce the chromosomal number. The next primary oocyte, it is going to involving in a meiosis cell division. So meiosis cell division, reduction division. So they can reduce the chromosomal number. Some of the primary spermatozoites undergo the first meiotic division to form two secondary spermatocytes. Two secondary spermatocytes which has a haploid in nature. Here 23 chromosomes, here 23 chromosomes. It is the reduction division. Okay, they can reduce. First meiosis cell division, it is occur in a primary spermatocytes. So diploid nature, it is divided into two secondary spermatocytes. Haploid in nature of two secondary spermatocytes are produced. Okay, then this secondary spermatocytes undergo in a second meiosis cell division. Okay, then each one they can produce two. So total after the second meiosis cell division, they can produce the four haploid spermatids. Then these spermatids are transformed, that is they can mature, they can produce into the spermatozoa or then in a sperm. Or in a sperm. This process is known as spermatogenesis. First one, spermatogonia, diploid in nature. It is produced from the germ layer. Along with this serotolysis, they can move inside the center lumen part of the seminiferous tubules, that is known as the primary spermatocytes. Okay, here it is involving in a mitotic cell division. The next primary spermatocytes, it is involving in a meiosis cell division. Then one primary spermatocytes, they can divide and produce in a two secondary spermatocytes. Okay, then second meiosis cell division, each one they can divide into two. So total 4 spermatids are produced. Then this spermatids, it is involving in the maturation process. Then the spermatids, they can release the 4 spermatozoa or then in a sperm. This process is known as the spermatogenesis. Okay, finally the sperm are released in the cavities of the seminiferous tubules. That process is known as spermiation. So at final, what? This sperm, they can release from this seminiferous tubules. Okay, the sperm they can release from this seminiferous tubules, that is known as spermiation. That process is known as the spermiation. Okay, then this whole process of spermatogenesis takes about 64 days. The formation of the sperm, it is occurs about the 64 days. At any given time, different regions of the seminiferous tubules contain spermatids in the different stage of the development. Inside the seminiferous tubules, okay, in different stages of the spermatocytes are present. Each day they can mature. Okay, each day they can mature and release some of the sperms. The sperm production remains nearly constant at the rate of about 200 million sperms per day. Continuously, ஒவ்வொரு நாளைக்கு after the puberty they can produce 200 millions of sperms. Spermiation, it is occur in a seminiferous tubules, but different stages of the spermatocytes are present inside the seminiferous tubules. Each day they can mature, the sperm release for what? Nearly 200 millions of sperms they can release. Okay, can you understood all of you?